Marvel Age Star Wars. My name is Sean.
I'm Brooks.
Welcome
to the second half of issue 13. When we left our heroes.
Luke was in a skimmer scuffle to prove the repair skills of the droids, which got him in with the governor of the waterworld.
Luke is now the master machinesmith of this ship.
Because it doesn't take much.
Well, still, it's as someone who's currently looking for a job, I admire his ability to get one so quickly.
I do like how they can just get a job basically without wanting it.
Yeah, I like how it's like he didn't have to explain his resume or the gaps, and it's like, it says you used to be a moisture farmer, but you haven't done that in a couple of weeks. So what's up with that?
It's easy to get a job in indenture, is what I'm learning here.
Yeah, I guess.
It doesn't specifically pay anything. You would be our prisoner and make things for us.
You
for
get to be master machinesmiths for life.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, boy. Good.
And then
it's that or be hanged from the mast.
Luke and the governor were interrupted by a pirate dude saying that their scanners have picked up a large ship that they're going to use their sonic, what is it, scammers? Jammers.
We're going to jam them and wreck them.
Wrecked them? Damn near killed them.
So they're going to wreck it with their sonic jammers. And here we see what the ship is. It's Captain Jack.
Crimson Jack's
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Cruiser. Yeah, Crimson Jack Sparrow. That would crack me up if that was his name. But what would bring an Empire warship into an out-of-the-way system like this?
I like answer, greed.
Greed. I do like how these guys, like, if anybody deserves to be brought together, it's the governor and Crimson Jack. It's like, whoa, wait. Our mutual greed has brought us into collision.
Maybe we should work together. The greed of red-bearded space pirate named Crimson Jack, who long ago liberated, in quotes, this cruiser from Imperial hands, and who now suspects that his greed has allowed a certain Corellian smuggler to somehow play him for a fool.
A waterworld!
That's Crimson
the
Jack.
The Rebel Alliance couldn't possibly have their treasure in water, Solo.
Relax your trigger finger, Jack. I'm going to prove how wrong you are.
We could have it in space, but we can't have it in water. Use your head.
Just as soon as your little helper Jolly brings Princess Leia here to the bridge. Why does Jolly have to do it? And why is she his little helper?
Yeah, why you got to use that kind of language, Han? You already know she's kind of mad at you about stuff.
Yeah, she's already smacked you. Which buys me about 3 more minutes to think of something, if Jack doesn't run out of patience before then. Jack is holding his pistol really weird looking here.
That pistol is odd, yeah. It looks like a microscope, maybe?
Like he's, I don't know.
What are you doing with that? The handle doesn't even make sense.
It's like they drew his hand to hold a pistol and realized it wasn't pointed at Han.
It really feels like they were using a reference of a picture of someone doing something else. And he just replaced whatever that was with a pistol. Because it literally does look like a picture of a guy looking in like a scope of some kind.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Meanwhile, on a lift coming up from the massive ship's detention level, I think that high and mighty Han Solo is about to learn all his charm and smooth talk won't help him much longer. So handsome. Jolly.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to kiss him still.
Jolly. Have you even considered that sometimes when we seem to hate someone, it's to hide the fact that we're really attracted to them?
Why are we having this conversation? That's awkward and none of your business.
Yeah. Well, how have we gotten so close over the last few hours, you and me, Leia? We talk
Plus,
about
are you talking about me or you?
What? The only thing I'm considering is using this blaster if you keep talking like that. Now move. Captain Jack doesn't want to orbit some ball of water forever waiting around. We're in orbit?
She does call him Captain Jack. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like Billy Joel. He'll get you by tonight.
We shouldn't have to wait for long. So Leia seems to be the only one with an actual plan here. Even as Princess Leia is speaking, Captain, now the planet's rotated more, the scanners are picking up something besides water. Seems to be an island, or... It takes a big man to admit he's wrong, Jack, but I bet you can do it too. Shut up,
I thought it was Crimson Jack saying that, and I am that man.
No.
Takes a big man to admit he's wrong, Solo, and I am that.
Nope. Shut up, Solo. I want to hear more about... But what Crimson Jack hears next is the sound of chaos as something grabs his ship and shakes it.
That's what jammers do. They just kind of throttle everything.
Well, it's Sonic. We're losing power. All systems failing, including artificial gravity. Whoa.
But not life support.
So
Never
now,
life support.
Here we go with Chewbacca's weird coloring again. It wasn't like that on the cover.
Look at that gorilla lope he's got going on.
He looks so weird. He's less and less Chewbacca looking every time we see him.
He looks so much like a gorilla here.
Maybe
and not even like a real gorilla, like a sort of Sasquatch. Like they tried to say he had simian kind of features.
Maybe without artificial gravity, his limbs just start going haywire and things. Emergency power cuts in, and the huge cruiser begins to fight the force attacking it. Jack and his lads are going to be pretty busy, Chewie. I suggest we get out of their way, as far as the Millennium Falcon can take us. Rawr. See, now, this is the Rosetta Stone that we can use to understand Chewbacca talk. Chewies.
Have you ever listened to any of the audiobooks on Audible? They're all read by Mark Thompson, but Mark Thompson gets increasingly more confident in his ability to do a Chewie voice. So instead of using Chewbacca sound effects, he just starts going, oh, whenever Chewie is talking. And it's hilarious.
Sounds pretty good.
He's pretty good at it.
Rawr means, what about Leia? Or it could just mean the princess. The princess.
Rawr means princess in Shri Rook.
The princess? Yeah. I suppose we'll have to pull her feathers out of the fire as usual. Let's hope this weird attack hasn't left her wandering in hysterics. Good grief.
Come on. Why is everybody such a pig in this? Only as far as some unconscious guards, in case someone else forgot to grab weapons. But of course I suspected something was going to happen, and was prepared to ditch Jolly when it did, which I did off screen immediately.
How did she suspect something was going to happen? I guess because Luke ran into something, maybe?
I guess she knew they were going somewhere that was bunkum, but she has a lot of faith in Luke's ability to fly. There's no way that Luke just crashed into a planet. That's not an established trope yet.
Let's get into the ship fast. If you have any questions, I'll explain on the way. You know, Chewie, I think I'd prefer hysterics. Classic classic Leia Han banter here.
I actually love this panel. Look at Chewie is throwing the crap out of some dudes.
Good grief.
Yeah!
That is something we do not see in the movies. They keep talking about Chewbacca being but we never see him throwing people.
It is not nice to throw people!
If there is a visual representation of a Wilhelm scream, it's that scene in the back. It's, wow!
Most of the pirates are fighting to save the cruiser. We'll be fine once this bunch is out of the way. Great. I was beginning to think we might be in trouble. This is actually decent Star Wars banter. It sounds like something they'd say in the movies.
I love this whole moment. This is awesome. I could hear... That's weirdly the Millennium Falcon they're standing in front of, but for some reason it is colored completely green.
You know, I honestly would not have recognized it if you hadn't said that.
All right, hang on. Let's go back to the reprint.
Because it looks just like a hallway or something when it's green like that. The floor is green. The ceiling is orange. This isn't a weird-looking hangar color scheme you got going on.
It was dark in the original version, almost a darkish kind of green, but it looked more shaded.
Oh,
like
weird.
Everything else, it's like all the subtlety is stripped out in the recoloring, and it's just a weird, brightly colored green. Despite the Corellian captain's concern, the firefight ultimately ends with the Millennium Falcon soaring free.
They didn't have that thing locked down somehow.
Nah.
Anyone could just have gotten in it and just flown straight out of the hangar.
How do you even open the hangar? Lock that down. Yeah, I understand that maybe the ship itself we could get into, but how did you get out of the hangar bay?
Princess, every instinct in my smuggler soul is screaming, get while the getting's good. But if you've got reason to believe that whatever is zapping Jack's ship also nailed Luke Skywalker while he was scouting this water ball below, why would there be a a good place to put a base on a water planet. But anyway, I'll go along with checking it out. I'll go, but I won't like it. I'll tell Luke how excited you were to rescue him.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take credit if it works out.
Others are finding things they don't like. Others, such as Governor Quarg.
Why isn't that ship down by now, you worthless incompetence? Why isn't it down?
Your Honor, it's too big, too powerful. The jammer can't...
Don't tell me that. You're doing something wrong. Are you in sympathy with your fellow technos? Those traitors who became the Dragon Lords?
No, sir. But the equipment's already at power frequencies we've never risked before. The strain could...
Governor! Governor! I like him both. He's just like a London chimney sweep. Yeah. Governor! Look outside, it's something!
Dragons! A whole blasted army of them! It's a full-scale attack! How many of those techs were there?
I'm going to guess. This isn't the end. For some reason, I hope this feels like a good ending point. Is this the end of the issue? Like, nope. Like, well, I can't wait to see how this issue ends then.
Well, yeah, Chewie hasn't strangled Luke yet. A full-scale attack.
I'm gonna guess how
they got houses up. Look, these houses. What is this perspective? These houses below him. Look at the pirate next
have to be way high up to be.
Yeah, because this pirate on the net rope down here, it looks like he's next to those, but he must be way above them somehow. It's weird looking, but it doesn't matter. I wouldn't be standing on these things, though, on a big floating ship. That does not look safe.
Get every Hydra skimmer that can float into the water. Why are they called Hydra skimmers? Like, they're just skimmers. I'm pretty sure they were called skimmers in Rise of Skywalker, too. The Dragon Lords have obviously scented the big prize we're after and want it for themselves. Skywalker, you showed flair as a skimmer pilot when you wrecked that skimmer after 5 seconds earlier.
That shows how much confidence he has in his regular men.
I like your guff. And you'll fight well or see those droids you're so fond of dismantled, whatever their value.
Poor Luke, always getting roped into battles. Soon, Luke finds himself in the midst of a battle he does not want to fight. These creatures are frenzied, like the one who attacked us when we first crashed here. Even the ones carrying Dragon Lords seem wild, out of control. This is going into my theory.
I've got a theory.
Huh? They're coming because they're using the jammer. They came and attacked Luke when he crashed because they had used the jammer. Like it or not, I have no choice but to fight back, or else... Hey, something's making them turn. What? Han Solo, what have you done?
Princess, I think we just interrupted somebody's war. Did they just skip like a stone?
It looks like it. Yeah,
Sweet.
Splash, splash.
I like your style, Solo.
It's looking more and more like a flying saucer here. Like those front pokey-outy parts aren't poking out far enough.
I do like the details on it, though. I still think it looks cool.
Even you should be able to make a better landing than that.
Can't land on water.
Stop revving your reactors, your royalness. I didn't have much choice. We're near the source of the beam, locked in on Crimson Jack's cruiser. There's enough throwout from it. There's enough throwout from it down here to affect our drive, too. Not to worry, the Falcon can float forever. But until that force stops, we won't be flying anywhere. Oh, that's cool. The Falcon can float. I didn't know that.
I guess it has to be pressurized when you think about it.
Before the fighting picks up again, let's show the guys in the boats we're friendly.
That's not the greatest plan in the world.
Yeah, that's what Luke did. He's like, let's show that dragon that we're friendly. Let's climb out on top. Hey!
Yeah, let's pop the hatch and everybody climb out. That's exactly what Luke did. What are we doing?
They look easier to talk to than those oversized sea snakes. But appearances on Waterworld. Now they're calling it Waterworld. Appearances on this Waterworld are deceiving.
No one knows this better than Luke. Remembering Governor Quarg's rule of saving metal and slaying survivors, he races to cut off the lead skimmer and finds his aging, ailing craft cannot do it.
No!
Luke Skywalker has seen his aunt and uncle dead by the Empire's hand, has watched Obi-Wan Kenobi apparently fall before the Sith Lord Darth Vader, Now to see a laser bolt lash at 2 friends and the rebel princess he holds dear, not a friend, into raging action without thought of the consequences.
So he shoots the skimmer that was attacking them? Is that what he's doing here?
I could see that. I'm like, oh, hey, someone fell in the water. Let's lean my head over and see what's happening.
Slamming through the wreckage of the skimmer he destroyed, Luke nears the Falcon. I saw someone fall over here. Leia? Han? Chewbacca? Chewie. Jesus. Look before you start strangling things.
Work on your impulse control. I'm trying to help.
Wookiees are not sophisticated. Someone in a skimmer tried to kill him, so anyone in a skimmer is suspect. Good grief. They are not making Chewbacca look good in this series so far.
Yeah. Wookiees are best known for their idiot prejudice.
Now they're mindless, aggressive beasts who hit on women in bars.
It would take someone Chewie trusts, such as Han Solo, to calm him down, but Han Solo is missing now, and he clearly doesn't trust Luke. I mean, I know they don't know each other that well, but come on. There are, however, many more skimmers. Most of their crew saw what Luke did and mean to repay him. Good Lord, look at that.
So now they're shooting at the dragons. They're shooting at Luke. The dragons are shooting at them. The dragons are trying to kill Luke. Everyone's trying to kill everybody.
Chewbacca's trying to kill Luke. Like, come on!
Yeah, poor Luke. Darkness. Luke slowly struggles out of it as a familiar voice sounds urgently nearby. Obviously don't understand. We're all prisoners of Governor Quark now, being held here until he has time to deal with us, being mutually doomed. It hardly seems reasonable to quarrel amongst ourselves.
It makes no sense to take it out on 3PO. What are you doing?
What did he
Chewie?
do wrong? Master Luke, I've been trying to explain to this shaggy brute. He somehow misjudged you and the situation. Good Lord.
Yeah, he misjudged. That is a little bit of an understatement. He's throwing people around. Frap.
At this rate, it doesn't seem we'll survive long enough to have our death sentences carried out. This is offensive as a Chewbacca fan to me.
It is dumb. And I kind of figured this was going to be the cliffhanger when they say Chewie tries to kill them. And you know in next issue he's just going to immediately calm down. This is a contrived sort of cliffhanger.
It's also a pattern I'm detecting that what you see on the cover is going to be the last panel of the book.
Yeah.
That's happened a couple times here. Why, Chewbacca? Why are you trying to kill Luke? Well, he shot at a skimmer that was going to kill us. Had no choice. Anyone in a skimmer is suspect.
He's a skimmer pilot.
But that skimmer shot the skimmer attacking you. Skimmer! He had me at skimmer, man. Anyone in a skimmer is going down.
What part of skimmer don't you understand?
Well, what about 3PO? He wasn't in a skimmer. He was talking to a guy in a skimmer.
Yeah, he's a skimmer sympathizer. He's a skimpathizer. Skimpathizer.
Without Han here to calm my raging, out-of-control animal instincts.
Yeah.
Because I am not sophisticated.
Weird. I'm a mindless ape.
Yeah, I don't like this characterization of Chewie. Hopefully it'll improve over time.
I think it does.
He looks scary here. They're making him look bigger and bigger. I mean, I remember Luke not coming up to his waist. Luke was bigger than that.
I love that they're just going full comic book. Like, he's like the Thing. He's like the big guy. If they're like a superhero team, he's definitely the Hulk. Like, they draw him like
bigger than the Thing. The Thing, doesn't look that much bigger than them. But
and he's just throwing people around like it's nothing. I love it.
Frip.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
That's R2 for holy frip.
Duffer.
Duffrip.
Duffer.
We are fripped. Well, there you have it. What's the next issue called?
Call it Armageddon.
Yikes. That's not at all hyperbole, right?
Yeah.
Good grief, guys.
Because it's a bunch of sea serpents versus that one ship.
Well, it's the end of this world. That's all Armageddon means, right? The end of the world is the end of this world.
Yeah, what is the actual etymology of the word Armageddon?
I think it's a valley, isn't it? where the battle's supposed to take place, like a valley somewhere in the Mideast? I think so. You might have to look that up. So what do you think?
Fun. I like Archie Goodwin's style better than Roy Thomas's. Obviously, he's trying to stretch this out into a fun sort of epic adventure. I do think there are missed opportunities that it's not taking place in an undersea forest. Like I could have seen some more of that drawn by Carmine Infantino. I love Infantino's art though, so that to me makes it a lot more fun and dynamic. Even though it's weird in places, it's so much. It really gets you into it because he's trying. It's so sharp and focused. Like those Chaykin issues, especially the ones with Han Solo, are just like you felt like people were just scribbling it in really fast, and you couldn't tell what was even happening because they didn't care.
Yeah, this does look cool. You can tell he has fun drawing Chewbacca.
Yeah,
I like how all the fur, the detail in the fur flying off of his body is kind of neat looking.
You'll get mad when you look at Chaykin's other stuff and you realize what a good artist he is, because he's like one of the great comic book artists. And then like, oh, why do these look so terrible? It's like, well, because he just didn't care. But Carmine Infantino, if you compare this to some of his other work and other books, it's consistent. He's giving it his effort here, and it shows. So that's a good one.
You guys tune in next episode. We'll talk about issue 14 and see what happens with Chewie and Luke. If I were Luke, I'd be pretty upset about this. I'd be like, look, man, I'm never going to trust you again. I see what happens.
You're definitely being a jerk, Chewbacca. Like throwing my droids around and stuff.
One day Chewie comes, years later comes up and says, hey, man, you want to go? No, I don't. You think I forgot about that?
Yeah, you're a maniac.
You tried to kill me for no reason. Look, Han wasn't there. Yeah, well, Han's not here now. How do I know you're not going to kill me? You're psycho, dude.
I don't be standing next to you when they get your latte order wrong, and you just turn into a psycho over
Start literally throwing people.
Like, you need therapy. That's not a Wookiee thing. Don't hide behind that.
And he's like, look, I'm off my medication right now, okay? I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, ever since the Empire took over, I can't get my prescriptions filled.
Yeah. And Han lost a treasure I was going to use to go see the doctor.
Yeah. I was going to get to see my wife and kids once this year. That's gone.
Yeah. I was about to get my Chinook on. Han interrupted that. Got a lot of tension built up in me,
Yeah. It's got to come out some way. All right, yeah, so subscribe to the channel at Marvel Age Star Wars channel. Go to tv8mydinner.com to listen to the extended audio versions of these and other podcasts that we've got cooking. You can follow us on Facebook at Expanding Universe, where we have Star Wars related stuff. Also, TV Ate My Dinner is also on Facebook, so we got those out there as well.
Yeah, sounds good. And Sean has a book on Amazon that's been selling, which is very exciting.
Yeah, it's sold a couple of times.
Man, that's good.
But, hey, someone might read it. That's fun.
That's more than I've ever sold, if anything I've ever made.
Well, I guess I take what you can get if you're getting any kind of sales at all.
Yeah.
So I am happy for that. But it's out there if you want to check out the Cosmic Unconscious. It's on Amazon. There's Kindle and paperback. So check those out if you like.
And please leave us a comment. It would mean a lot to us just to see, some response from some people about what they like, what they don't like. If there's something you think we should be doing differently or better, let us know and we'll do it.
Sure. Steer us in a direction, yeah.
We are rudderless.
We're not proud. Yeah.
We're adrift like this giant village ship. So give us a like, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment, and we will see you later. Until next time, my name's Brooks.
I'm Sean.
And we'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Snoop.